Well, good morning YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. It is a beautiful morning out here. I've got to get the grass cut and a few things cleaned up because it is literally the day before we are heading off on a little vacation. So we're on our way tomorrow morning, very early, to Red Deer, Alberta. So we've got to get to the airport and get going. So there's a few things I want to get finished today. The main thing, of course, is getting the grass cut because I don't want to have to get the haybine over here to cut the grass when I get back. And the other thing is I want to get a little more work done on the ramp for the storage building. I'm not sure I'll be able to get it done today, but if I do, great. If not, that's fine. But we have a visitor here on the shop door. This teeny little chrysalis. I think this is for a monarch, but I'm not sure. It's quite small. Now, I do intentionally leave the milkweeds that come up right around the shop, so I've got actually a pretty good little field of them here, and it does attract monarchs. So I'm hoping that's what this is, but I also have to now be really careful of this door so I don't knock this off. And unfortunately, whatever comes out of it, I'm not going to be here to see. So let's see where we are in the shop with our ramp. So there is our 4 2x6s. So I want to even them all out. I'm going to use the power plane on that, even them out to make sure things sit quite nicely on my patio stones up there. And we'll start putting this thing together. But as soon as it's dry enough out there, we're going to get the lawnmower going and get the grass cut. Alright guys, I think that's pretty good. We're going to leave it at that. Okay guys, so there is the 1-inch board that these pieces get fastened to. Now they will get fastened by big long screws that will go through the board and into the end of them. But that is end grain, so I'm not happy with how strong that will be. So the other thing I'm going to do is also attach angle brackets. So there'll be an angle bracket attaching these boards, my 2x6s, to this. So there'll be some 1.5-inch screws going into here, and then I'm going to use some 3-inch screws through the other part of the angle bracket. So they'll go through my 1-inch board and into the place where this is getting mounted. So I'm going to put some blocking in between each one of these, of course, and then another piece of blocking on the tip that will also sit on the patio stone. Well, I don't have anything long enough in the shop, but I don't want to waste wood, so I'm just going to cheat a little bit and do this. All right, it's not too bad weight-wise. So that's it. We're actually ready to drag this thing up there and start getting it into place. All right, guys, let's put our frame in place here and see how it looks. All right, it looks good on the patio stones. So there's my spacer board there, and you can see there's a little bit of a jump to get up into it. And that was to be expected. Well, that looks pretty good. It's in here to spread the load over the patio stones. So I made sure they were flat down on the patio stones and screwed them in with some nice long screws. And I think we are actually ready to put on our first board and see how it looks. So I want a full 8-inch wide down at the end and up at the beginning. So I'm kind of start from up there and work my way down and make sure I end up with 8 inches down here. All right, we need some boards. Well, there we go. Between all the screws and the angle brackets, that ain't going nowhere. All right. All right, guys, let's start put some boards in. Okay, we're going to get the Kubota out of the way and get the lawn tractor here and see if I can drive it in. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's huge. That's what we're looking for. So I need to get this surface treated, probably the same way I did the railroad ties. But for now, we're going to call this done. get things put away and cut the grass, because I still need to get packed and get ready to go for our trip tomorrow morning to Red Deer. Oh boy, that's great. All right, let's clean up